Hello guys, this is Joel Sarga Karnapuri, year 14 CS249. This is my web technology lab exercise 3. Here they asked me to design a single web page using HTML5 and CSS3. In this they asked me totally three divisions. One is header and sections and footer. In sections I need to again make it divided into three sections. One will like containing three images and second will be containing two images, and one will like banner image. This is welcome to banner image. For creating this I have used NetBeans 8.1. Here I have given doc type HTML, and in heading, in head tag or head division, I have given link L equal to style sheet. This is the style sheet because where I'll style my web page, and type is text or CSS, and href is mystyle.css. Mystyle.css is another page on the same project where I totally give, where I designed all my, where I write the styling for my styling code for my whole web page. And at last, this is how my web page looks like. It also containing one header section. This is my header section, and this is whole my section, and this is my footer section. So for first heading, or the first header I have used h1. This is h1 is my header for my whole page. So this is welcome to JS. Welcome to JS is comes here. For this I have given styling for h1. I have used text shadow. This is 5 megapixel, where back how much you want to move, and this is like down part how much you want to move, and this is like right part how much you want to move. Black is like what color of the shadow you need it. So this is how it looks like. And text align to center, and background is yellow green, and height I have given padding. Padding is used for that if you have border, won't write anything, so the distance between the border and the thing or the container or the element is called padding. The margin is like from one container to another container, how much distance you need it, that is margin. And font size I have given as 48 pixel. So here you can see this is like green color, like yellow green color, and this is, you can see background is like shade, like shadow, you can see it here, and this is like 48, and it's aligned to center. After this I have designed an UL for list, ordered, unordered list. These lists are used for a navigation bar. So I have given some list one, list about home, about us, images, videos, and contact us. Here I have given us, you can see I have given ID JS. The ID is used when we want to represent that particular thing, this particular line or particular element. I want to style it here, so we use the ID. If you want to use the whole thing or the whole section, we use the class. If you want to use for the whole web page, we use star, that is universal selector. So here UL, for UL I have given us list select type none. This list select type none is used if you want to remove the bullet points. Whenever you write the ordered list, you will get the bullet points. So to remove it, we use none, and I have given margin, padding, and overflow is auto. If you want, if anything extended, it goes to the next line. And background color I have given as gray. Top is like, it's also used as a margin. This top, right, and left, and bottom are used for as a margin. This is L. This is the list here, so I use the float from left to right. This float from left to right is used when you want to display it in a horizontal thing. And this is like width of the box, or the width of that particular list. You can get as 112 pixel, and text align to center. And this is LIA. I have used you can see it here, I have used an anchor tag here. So if you want to design an anchor tag in that list or that particular element, I have used here display inline block. This display inline block is used, you can see it here. If I want to move it here, you can see this is a block, and this is another block, and this is another block, and this is another block, and this is also another block. See, if you want to do it like this, So we need to use a display inline block here. Then color is white and text align to center. Font size, font decoration is none, and font family, font weight and color the same thing. These are things which this is the listing K, J and P. You can see it here. This is K, J and P. You can see these are the IDs. For these IDs I have used the styling. This is for padding I use most probably, for giving the spaces between the one list element to another list element. And this H over is a dynamic attribute. Whenever you move the mouse over some object or element, it gives a dynamic changes. So if I move the mouse over that list, it color changes to black and it color changes to light blue. You can see it here. See, it is changing here. This is how it works, the H over thing. And first that is over. The next thing I need to do is like I need to put an image, and after that image I need to write something at the rightmost bottom corner of that image. So I use the div tag, and this is my whole thing for it. This is the image I used here. It's a JPG file. Then H2 is my heading, which I want to display the right bottom corner, at extreme right bottom corner, and is like welcome to our place. I have given ID Joe and JK. This whole div ID is Joe. So for this JOE, I use the style is like margin left, and these are the comments I have used it. And margin left, I want to check the margin space for the left thing, and the position is relative because I use the position relative because this will be the basic thing, and whenever comes any things comes under it, it will be like absolute. The things will be the elements will be placed according to this position. So this one I have used it. So I have given that div as an relative. So whatever I wrote under it, under the div tag, under the div tag I have ID like Joe and JK. So these things are placed relative to the Joe. So this is like Joe, and with this I have given here 100.5% for that image, and ID is 500 pixel. And for JK, this is my heading. So I have given as position absolute. So it will be like placed over that Joe, and top is 350 pixel and right is 0 pixel because they told me to place it as right bottom corner. So right bottom is 0 pixel, and the color I have given white smoke, and some font file for the design I have used, and I also use as text shadow. You can see it here. This is how the whole image is there, and this is the right bottom, extreme right bottom corner. I have put some text here. So this is how I created my first section in this sections. And after this I need to put 3 images. You can see in my question I need to put 3 containers, and each container should contain an image and a caption over it. It should be a clickable caption like about us menu item 3, menu item 4. For this the same thing I have used div, and div is like div 1, 2 and div 3. These 3 things are the 3 containers. So in these 3 containers I have used with 1, 2 and 3 are the 3 blocks, and images are I have given the same ID for 3 images like IM and IM. And this is like href A, that anchor tag, and h3 I have given for this, for displaying it. This is how I designed it. This is my one, which is like first thing. For this I have given as margin top 6.5 pixel for the distance I have given there, and the left is 8 megapixel. I want to move to the right extreme corner, and I have given as relative. So whatever I do it in that same div or the same one div thing, div container or div tag, every other thing will be placed under this. So it will be like float to the left. So the container will be like floating to the left. So whatever I write in this, it will be like floating to the left side of the container. You can see it here. So this is my one. So whatever I write, it will be like moving to the left corner of it. And this is my H2, the same thing I have given with this 33% because they have asked me to divide the space equally. So I taken as a total 100%, and I divided into 3%, that is 33.33 it should be coming. So I have given as 33%, so it will be coming like this. And for this the same thing, relative left, and I have given this last one as right because I want to keep this as at the rightmost corner of this, so I have given as float right. Now I'll show the style coding for the H3 heading tag 3. You want to do the caption display at the bottom. So position is absolute, it will be like absolute, it will be displayed with the respect to of that relative tag. This is a relative tag, so the bottom will be like 0, so it would ask me to the bottom end. Margin bottom is 0 pixel and the width something some width is 09 pixel and 40 pixel, bottom 0, margin bottom 0, and border I just want to display some border like solid blue border, and background color I have given as light blue, and opacity because I have used opacity, you can see it here. You can see it here. See, you can also view the image here. This is like transparent, so for transparency we need to give as opacity 0.6. if it is given as 1, it will be like opaque, you can't see what is behind it. And text align to center and padding I have given the same thing. So this is how my 3 blocks are here. See, it is a clickable image. I have not given any links for this. And the next, it should contain 2 blocks here, and the heading should be at the topmost bottom, and the some of the text should be here at the bottom. Same thing should be there, and the equal space should be here, and the equal distance should be up and down spacing. For this I have given as this is 3. IM is for image. I told you I have used the IM, right, image for images. For the same thing, IM is for image. For this image I have given as width, height and padding, so that whenever I want to exactly fit the 3 images exactly the same size, the same width and the same height, so I have used that IM image with height and padding. Next is star. I have used the ID as star here. For this div I have used the ID as star. For the both the things I have used the ID as star. You can see it here, this is also star, and both the for H2 IDs I have given as heads. And next div what are the text I want, right, I have given as star 1 for the both things. For H2 heads and next what are the text I want, right, I have given as star 1. You can see it in my coding, CSS coding. Star is for the whole dividend, so I have given as position relative whatever I write in that div or in that div tag. It will be like what are the, it will be placed, the other elements will be placed according to it. I have given as with 45%. They asked me to divide into exactly 2 parts, so 45 I will get 90, and I want to give some space between it, so I have given as 10%. I left it. So margin left, right and top I have given it, and position is relative. I want to place it at the left side, so starting from the left I want to place them, so float left I have given, and background color I have given as yellow. Heading, so like heading I have given some font size, padding top and bottom, text align, margin I have also given background color for it. So it will be like differently, we can see it clearly the difference between the text and the heading of this, so I used it here. And star 1 is my bottom text here, text align center and padding top left and right. I want to give some space for it, and the text should be like the center, so I use this star. And this is my footer. In my footer I have given, I don't have any ID for my footer. I have given as H2 ID as foot address. PR is use whatever style you write it here, the same style will be displayed there. Like the line breaks where you give, the same thing will be displayed there, so I used it here. So now this is my CSS coding for the footer. Footer text align to center, background color I want to give as black and color white, and position is relative, so whatever I in this footer everything will be displayed according to it. And margin top as 35%. Foot I have given as padding as left 78 pixel, so it will be like exactly looking like this. So like address, this is how exactly what I wrote there, it exactly is displaying here. This is how I made my exercise 3.